12:08 on this Tuesday afternoon. Entertainment news is brought to us by FM 104.9. And two major stories here, of course. We heard from Kanye West last night. Also Taylor Swift this morning. We'll have details on that in just a second. But Patrick Swayze, again, dead at the age of 57.
Yes, he finally succumbed to pancreatic cancer. He had it for about a year and a half, or just over. January 08, he was diagnosed. His most iconic role, there it is, Dirty Dancing.
I think this is probably a majority of everyone's favorite Patrick Swayze movie.
Yeah, the 1987 classic, and people said, don't do it, Patrick, it's going to be a bomb. And it became one of the biggest movies of all time. It was the first movie to hit 1 million copies on home video. And his wife of 34 years was by his side, Lisa, yesterday when he died at their ranch in Los Angeles. So again, it wasn't a big shock. It was sadly just a question of when. Now, Jennifer Grey, who played, of course, Frances Baby Houseman in 1987's Dirty Dancing, probably has the best line of the day. She said about Patrick Swayze, he was a rare and beautiful combination of raw masculinity and amazing grace.
Yeah, that sums it up. He played just a wide range of roles during his entire career. My favorite movie, I think, that he was in was The Outsiders, one of his earlier ones from the early 1980s. Yeah. Emilio Estevez, Tom Cruise, Matt Dillon was in this as well. It's hard to believe still, you know, like you said, we knew this was coming, but it still was a pretty big shock.
Yeah, I mean, he was a classically trained dancer. He said he was always a dancer before he was an actor, and he did have that great versatility, that blend of being a tough action guy, like he was beating guys' heads in Red Dawn, or what was the Dawn movie?
Red Dawn.
Red Dawn and Roadhouse, but then he did a role like Vita in Tu Wong Fu, Thanks for Everything, Julie Newmar in '95.
This was another great movie with him, Wesley Snipes, and John Leguizamo as well, right? It's such a diverse guy. He played such a wide range of roles during his career.
And one of the best love moments, I think, of Swayze, and I know that he's dead, but we want to try and keep it light, and everyone's been talking about this clip today. One of their favorite moments of Patrick when he was on Saturday Night Live. The late Chris Farley as well, back in 1990 when Patrick was hosting, and he did it a few times for SNL, but that skit is one of the classic moments in SNL history.
He hosted the show quite a few times, didn't he? And he was always one of the stronger people who was able to do this show, because to host SNL, you have to be good at everything, and he was a leading example of what a good actor is to be on the show.
Yeah, and we can't forget Ghost either. I mean, he was in so many great movies.
Wow.
Point Break.
All right, we're still waiting, I guess, for details on the memorial service for Patrick Swayze. I'm sure there will be one, but they're going to announce that probably maybe tomorrow or later today.
Yeah, I haven't heard anything on that yet.
Okay, we'll move on now to the other story of the day. Of course, everybody was talking about Kanye West sort of stealing the spotlight there from Taylor Swift, and we heard from him last night right here on City TV.
Yeah, Jay Leno's new primetime show kicked off last night, 10 p.m., and he had Rihanna, Jay-Z, and Kanye, and they had been booked for months. Well, the timing of this was unbelievable. So, you know, Jay didn't pull any punches. He basically brought up the issue with Taylor Swift on Sunday's MTV VMAs, and he brought Kanye's late mother into it.
Let me ask something. I was fortunate enough to meet your mom and talk with your mom a number of years ago. What do you think she would have said about this? Okay. Would she be disappointed in this? Would she give you a lecture?
Yeah, but I need to, after this, take some time off and just analyze how I'm gonna, you know, make it through the rest of this life, how I'm gonna improve.
They did an amazing performance last night, and you have to give him some kind of kudos there for stepping up to the interview, because he wasn't even supposed to be interviewed last night.
Yeah, Jay Leno was kind of like the principal there. I found it a little weird to bring up his mom, but, you know, it created a big emotional response. But a lot of haters out there still on the Kanye front.
Really quickly, Taylor Swift was on The View this morning. What did she have to say?
It was kind of awkward. They kind of asked her about it, what she thought. She said it was strange, but she doesn't hold anything against Kanye. He hasn't officially gotten in touch with her directly. And, yeah, there wasn't anything really big there.
All right. I guess we're far from the end of this saga altogether.
Yeah.
Michelle McDermott out enjoying, well, a little bit of sunshine this afternoon at least.